What is going on, YouTube? Y'all squad. This your boy Yocrates. This your review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Season 8. Oh Lord, hold on, wait. I forget the season and the episode. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but for the sake of let me see. What is it? It is season 8, episode 4. There it is. Season 8, episode 4. Let me just write it on my notes, even though it don't matter. 8 and 4. All right, so season 8, episode 4. So I just want to say, this review is somewhat going to be a little bit all over the place, only because it was a lot that I was trying to do while recording this. And again, y'all know, if y'all don't know, like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I like there's a gym at my job, so like I get there early so I can work out and then start work. So, like I'm more than likely going to be waking up somewhere between like 4 and 5 tomorrow just to be at the gym around about like 7:45 to be done by like 8:30 to hurry up and get cleaned up and start work by 9. It's a whole process, and then have to come back and give y'all the panel. And never. And with that being said, the panel will be over here. But with that being said, let's just get into the review, okay? All right. So we get NECA. Now I know her name is Naneka. But because she rubbed me the wrong way, her name is NECA, and we get Ike Turner. Now, Ike doesn't like to fly. I feel him on that. I fly when I need to. Not the biggest fan of that. Okay. Been a few times we did hit turbulence, and I didn't like hell no. Like my first time flying was going from Chicago, Illinois, where I'm currently at, to Fort Bragg. Was it? No, not Fort Benning. There it is, Fort Benning, Georgia. Fort Benning, Georgia. And we hit when I tell you I was clutching the dang on baby, like that is even now, even though I've flown quite a bit and even flying, from here to Korea, and then from North Carolina to Germany, of course, Korea back to Chicago, Germany to North Carolina. Still don't like it, especially when we hit turbulence. But nevertheless, he doesn't like it. He hates the swift descent. I'll give him that. I travels twice a month, 1 week at a time, so that's what he does. We didn't really go into specifics about what he really, really does, but hey, it is what it is. And look, he's making his money. I ain't mad at that. Karen invites them to pickleball. I thought it was tickleball, but it's actually pickleball, so I corrected in my notes. NECA brings up Wendy and her family and the whole thing involving that, which I'm sorry, this is really just a storyline only because of the simple fact that we do have people that will manipulate those around them to do what it is that they don't want to do. Like, we have people that aren't strong personality, so they'll use those around them to say and do the things they won't say and do. I get it, and I got it. I don't see Wendy as being that. I will say I do see her family as being very protective and them wanting to step in because of that. But then that's one of those where it needs to be, I don't have a problem with Wendy, but I have a problem with her sister or her mother because they said on behalf of her, whatever, whatever. But you're making this a Wendy thing when you don't know definitively that Wendy put any of this into motion. Ike and Eddie, we find out, went to the same school. Happens. Like, and I'm gonna just preface this because it's gonna come towards the end. I done went to grammar school, high school, a little bit of college with people, and I'm gonna be honest with you, many of them I don't look. My time in the military has made a lot of stuff hazy. Hell, quiet as kept loud as it is, I don't remember a lot of them from the military. At least like the first 5 years, a lot of them I don't remember. Like, they would have to, like, I would have to see them, talk to them, and they bring up like specific memories. So it's one thing because I have a lot of people where it's, they add me on Facebook, or it's, oh, you would know this person, and I quiet as kept really don't know who that person is. And it would take them having to like talk to me, like even where I work currently, had somebody that was me like, do you know who I am? No, I don't know you. I'm so and so. I'm your cousin's friend. Da, da, da. And I even told that person, it's like, I really don't remember you. Now, as time went on, like fragments have presented itself, but it's like I still don't know you. Like, I may have known you then, but how many years was since I last quote unquote seen you up until now? I really don't remember you. I'm glad I left a lasting impression that you remember me. because it was like, well, I know your brother. Da, da, da. Like, that's cool. You know my brother. You know these people. I don't remember you. You telling me that you remember these people does not change the fact that I don't remember you. And we encounter and interact with so many people on a day to day where you don't always remember. And look, if I pull up my Facebook right now, I won't even be able to tell you at least half the people that's on there. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's gonna come up later. But Ike and Eddie went to the same school. Eddie unfollowed Ike, and it appeared he followed him after everything that had happened. So before Naneka, I said her name correctly, but before she actually sat down with Robin, even still, even though y'all might be friends on Facebook, baby, I don't know you. But anyway, we get Robin and Giselle. Juan is coming to pickleball. Shocker us all. But I think Juan knows that if he don't do certain things, Robin ain't finna get featured. She ain't getting that check. They ain't getting paid. Not trying to be a douche or whatever, but Juan ain't got no job, so they need this check. So he gonna be there. Reasonably Filthy was in Atlanta, and Juan, quote unquote came for Giselle. And I say quote unquote because Giselle has this knack for misremembering things and being very salacious for the fact of trying to have a moment on camera. And Robin, defending her man, said, well, Juan just talks loud, so he probably wasn't yelling at you. He just talks loud because of blah, 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 blah. But we know that after, I guess, Juan saying for the fourth time within the span of 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute, that Giselle got it and she didn't want no smoke with Juan. Yeah, okay, because you know that you're going to lose your main alliance, which is Robin. And you not trying to be out here all by yourself. Whatever. But again, it's quick how she can resolve this really quickly when it comes to Juan and Robin. But we wasn't going to reconcile this quickly with Giselle and Chris, but I'm going to let it alone. So Robin shares what she wasn't supposed to share, which was her conversation with, NECA. And the whole shrines and this and that. And Robin brings the shrines, submit names, voodoo, and all this other stuff. And I'm not getting all into this. Like I said my thoughts during the panel last week, and I vaguely talked about it on my review last week. Again, the panel's gonna be on my channel this week. But when you're dealing with African Americans, foundational blacks, whatever you want to call, those that are here in America, we have this whole thing when it comes to the stuff that we don't know, things that are our culture that we lost over time, and now it's looked at as being bad, as some of the practices that are within mainstream religion, that being Christianity / Catholicism, we frown upon. But a lot of different practices, if you really study Christianity and Catholicism, you will see comes from paganistic or other religions that is not that of Christianity / Catholicism. And we all do a lot of stuff that would be considered witchcraft, voodoo, and hoodoo. And the fact that most blacks don't know what hoodoo is versus voodoo says a whole lot. But it's anything that isn't deemed Christian in nature is considered to be evil. The programming of it all. So moving on, we get Candace and we get Mammy. Shout out to Terrence, Mammy Dorothy, because I'm not even calling her mama. I think the only reason we getting Dorothy right now is because Candace has this feeling that she is being iced out and she can't fit with the other girl. Because why is she here? But anyway, Candace thinks her mother has this newfound respect for her. Since she started her music endeavor, we get a flashback of Dorothy coming for her, trying to question what it is that she's doing, this, that, and the third. And again, Candace, you've given your mother the platform to sit here and disrespect you like that. And I get that, because again, if I'm not mistaken, Candace is a millennial, probably a zennial. Her parent more than likely is a baby boomer, and that whole mentality from the baby boomer, silent generation, the GI generation, all that. And this whole thing of you can't say certain stuff to your parent, but they can say all this to you, and you're supposed to sit here and endure disrespect. It wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been. I'm not going to give you a platform and to sit here and disrespect me and then have me cry. But again, Candace was in a position to where Dorothy had power, And if she was say the wrong thing, that Dorothy could pull the power move, and you live in my house, this, that, and the third. So Candace not there, so Dorothy can't pull that. Praise God. So last year we found out that the promotional tour was a success, but for the promotional tour she had to spend a lot out of her pockets, and this year there are more cities and whatnot, and she just can't afford to spend the money that she spent. And then she says Chris quote unquote screamed at her over the money, and he didn't. And this is one of those where now this is me personally, because I'm kind of dealing with this at work, where when and this is me as a man speaking to women, where when and again I'm also military, and that is used against me because when I speak very stern, very straightforward, matter of fact, the Capricorn in me, where we got a job to do, business has to get done. This is what this is. I'm not sitting here trying to coddle no feelings. We all grown. We all adults. We all minus one person that I work with. We all over the age of 30. So it ain't all of that. Is we here to do a job. Y'all know I'm y'all supervisor. Da da da. But when I speak very sternly, matter of fact, oh my gosh, you don't like how you being spoke to, this and the third. It's a problem. He's so militarized. He think he in the military. Nah, 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 nah. So you do have some women, not all, some that feel that when a man, speaks in a certain way, oh, you're screaming, oh, you're loud, oh, you're this. And it's no, you probably just have a fragile ego, or you have been coddled, Candace, and you don't like somebody speaking to you in a certain way because Chris can speak sternly to you. Now, again, Chris has cursed at her. We're not even finna act like he hasn't. Chris was just speaking sternly. He didn't even curse at her. But Chris speaks sternly to you and he's screaming at you. But Mama Diet has sat here, yelled at you, this, that, and the third, hit you with her pocketbook and everything else, but you make excuses for it. But I'm going to leave that alone too. So, Dottie, Mammy Dorothy, there we go, as well, what is Chris doing? How is he making money? And it always goes back to this. And part of it is I give that she might be trying to protect her daughter. But this goes back to Candace. Why would you bring your mother on this platform? Because the same as I think she's doing now is when you was doing your drive back video that she was sitting here talking cash money about your husband. Now you are further giving her a platform to do the same exact thing, even though Candace did shut it down. But because here's the thing. Your mom should have known from jump. Don't bring your over here. Talk about my hubby. Let's not do this. We can talk about this when the cameras ain't here, but you better not do it in front. If you do it in front of the camera, I'm gonna wear you out. You and that. Y'all, we not doing this. Y'all, stop. Anyway, their biggest argument is about their schedules, and that's what it has been in the past. Candace gonna lie to us and say that he quit his previous job because of the schedule. Now, Candace, we not finna lie. We not gonna rewrite history, baby. All right. And production, after in her interview, is it a double standard? And it is, because he was always going with his job. Now she's always going with hers. And then Dorothy asks her, "How are you and Robin?" We all know how it is. And Mammy Dorothy says, don't be mad. Life will take care of people. And look, that second part is definitely correct. Life, the universe, the Lord, whatever you believe in, when you let go and give it up, karma will make its way back around. And that's perfectly fine. But what I'm not a fan of is sitting here and smiling in somebody's face and trying to re-befriend a snake that already showed you that they were a snake. You don't get the opportunity to do that to me a second time. And if I do allow you that opportunity, baby, when I say my eyes are on you the whole entire time, and the moment you look wrong, sneeze wrong, it's me and you from jump. And trust me when I say this stage of my life, I'm not giving second chances. So I get where Mammy Dorothy was coming from, but I'm not there. So pickleball comes up. And Candace says that, it's going to be weird. And, Mammy Dorothy says, well, just have a conversation with Robin. We'll see. So now we get pickleball. Ray hugs Giselle. I don't know why. Again, when I tell y'all people be way better than me, but maybe it's because, Ray got one foot in, one foot out. That is, I'm just going ahead and hug a hokey pokey stuff. I wouldn't have hugged that demon. I wouldn't. Chris isn't there with Candace, but he had clients and whatnot. It is what it is. And at the same exact time, I also think it's the wound is still too fresh, and he don't want to be around them because of how last season happened. And look, if Chris don't want to come around for the next couple of seasons, that's fine. Because where was Juan all these seasons? Don't worry, I'll wait. Anyway, Jizzy will never speak to Candace because of how Candace came at her. But look at how you did her husband. Look at how you did her marriage. How you did her union when Jamal was in the phone. But let Candace sit here and say anything about I'm gonna be nice. The individual that you are currently flaunting around right now. How would you feel? But Candace, I'm gonna leave you alone, Candace. I'm not even gonna go back to that season. Karen wants to promote communication. Wendy and Mia are on the same team. Candace and Jizzy, well, I'm sorry, Candace is on Jizzy and Ash's team. In comes Juan. Giselle stated her, what is it? Her son, I don't even know what it was. Her something with Juan is, I guess it's just stated like whatever it is with her and Juan is done. She ain't barking back up that tree no more. It is what it is. It's funny how you can give that to one, but you can give that to nobody else. Karen and you know what? Okay, so Karen talks about Robin's outfit. This is funny. Because Robin has on almost like a leotard type of situation and a whole lot of see through going on with the legs and all the other stuff. And says, put it back. Don't nobody want it. I even want what I tell you. I hollered. I hollered. That was funny to me. The girls let the guys play, and the girls, go and they eat. Karen brings up Robin, showing up even though, like they're not in the best of places. And Juan just decided, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. So one whole thing is I'm here to help her, but I don't want to have these tough conversations. And all that Karen was saying is that even though she and I are not in the best of places, Robin is here. So if Robin can be here and she and I are not in the best of places, dot dot dot. But again, Juan just don't want to have to deal with it. And again, if I was production, I would have told Juan, sit down. Y'all want this check right? Sit down. But they let him go. So Ashley brings up the combo that she had. What is it? Well, I'm sorry, the conversation that she had being misconstrued. She brings up a conversation being misconstrued. Ashley does, right? NECA versus Wendy. Here we go. And it's the I don't know you. That's Wendy. And then she said, well, she being the NECA says, your mom sent my name to a shrine and all this other stuff. The NECA says that Wendy called her and then switched it up and says, oh, well, this person called. And Wendy's whole thing is, but you just said I did. And you're coming for me, but you don't have your facts straight is pretty much what she's saying. And Wendy wanted her to say that she called her, but she can't. Because Wendy's whole thing is if my mom called you, my mom called you. Or if my mom called anybody in your camp, my mom did. If my sister called anybody in your camp, my sister did. I did not. Their actions has no reflection on me. Candace says that, Wendy should not be held liable for what her sister or her mother does. I wholeheartedly agree. Now, again, but I will go back to say there are some people that they're very passive aggressive. They don't want to necessarily be confrontational, so they allow others around them to do the talking for them. I know people that do that, related to a lot of them where even with me personally, rather than them coming to talk to me because I hit you with logic and facts and literally would go down the history with you. You don't want to do it, so you get other people or you employ other people to come at me because you don't want to do the job. I get it, but I don't see that being Wendy. Where am I in my notes? So Ashley doesn't like that Wendy is bringing up portions of the conversation that they had, but Ashley, did you not just say that something was misconstrued? Oh, okay. Again, y'all know I don't see it for. Look, I'm all here for Dylan, but I don't see it for her. So Robin thinks that they can work it out. Wendy wants to work it out with Mia. Now, this is one of those where is it deflection? Yes, and all this other stuff. But look, I get it. I'd rather work it out with the devil that I do know than the devil that I don't know. And Wendy's whole thing is with everything that happened with us in this last year, we have been able to be amicable for the most part this whole entire time. And Candace says to Neka that the Nigerian women should not be fighting, and she's right. And I think Candace sees what this is going to turn into, and this is not what we need, not on this platform. But again, there's certain stuff where they're not just going to come right out and say it, but it's heavily implied, right? And then, so then like the little fire can, like I forget exactly what you call it, but you used to keep the food warm. It falls over, and then it's the spirits, the shrine, the demons, Satan, all this other stuff. Karen knew who it was and goes over to one and said, like, "Are you trying to sit here and disrupt what I got going on? Cause what is this? What is going on? Did you do this intentionally?" Wendy says that favor ain't fair, which I've heard that a lot. Come on, Wendy, and say exactly the whole church sayings and whatnot. But again, just because you can say some church sayings don't mean that it's in you. I'm not saying that it ain't in her, but yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. Favor ain't fair. Whatever. Seems very rehearsed to me. Eddie says he never met Ike. It's Facebook. And now Ike has a whole problem out because he's like, so we not friends on Facebook? We not friends on Facebook? And Eddie's whole thing is like, bro, I really don't know. And then depending on how many years ago it's been, again, when I tell you, like, unless you have a life to where you don't interact with that many people, you may remember everybody that you've encountered in your life. But if you have a life where you meet a lot of people every day, interacting with different people, personalities, over time, those that you've had small interactions with or whatever, they're going to fall off, and you're probably not going to remember them unless they can sit here and jar your memory with do you not remember this and this and this? Oh, okay, I think I do remember you. Other than that, it's like it's Facebook. But I've already talked about Facebook, so there's no need for me to continue to go there. And then I can, and Eddie keeps saying like, bro, I just met you today. The nigga is trying to constantly get in, and I was like, hey, let us handle it, which I can appreciate that. And Neka says Eddie reminds her of the Get Out guy. Like, do we need the same view from Wendy? And then it's a whole lot of your mamas, and that was pretty much the end of the episode. Again, like this is the part where we have officially began to go dark. Like it started at the end of last episode, and now here we are. So I really don't know what to tell you, but I gave y'all the best that I got. So yeah. And yeah, with that being said, I'm about to let y'all go because I'm about to go to bed because it is 8:25 p.m. right now. But I'm about to upload this, maybe watch one or two people's reviews or whatever, and that's it. Because again, I gotta wake up early, go to the gym, then do work, get off of work, come home, deal with my baby, my dog, deal with her, and then hop on to the panel, which is gonna be back over here. So please make it over here, all right? So thank you all so much for watching. If y'all have not seen my Beverly Hills of Miami review, check those out. And yeah, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow for the panel. All right, peace out. Have a blessed week, y'all. Bye.